Okay, we've got Marvin Mims. We'll go to Eric Bailey, the first question. Eric.
Marvin, thanks for your time today, man. Hey, wanted to ask you, what was your first reaction when you saw the replay on the pylon cam of getting your foot in bounds on that touchdown? And can you just take us through some of the things you do to make sure footwork is clean when you come that close to the boundary?
Um, Honestly, the first time I saw it, I think I was on the sideline looking up, seeing if they were going to review it or not. And I was honestly surprised, especially by how much my foot was in bounds. But I mean, really, it's just like me trying to touch the ground. When I'm up in the air, my body's up in the air. Just my foot coming down. Luckily, it came in bounds. So,
Appreciate it, Marvin. You have a good week, man.
yes, sir, you too.
Ryan Avery.
Yeah, Marvin, good talking to you again. When you look back at this game last year against TCU, how big was that for your growth, your development, and just what is it that stands out to you about that game and how much it meant to you last year?
It was a huge game for me last year. I mean, especially to be able to come back home in a situation where COVID was happening. I didn't really get to go home. So to be back in Fort Worth, only 40 minutes away from Frisco, it was pretty nice. And also I had a huge breakout game that game, which gave me a huge boost of confidence, going into the rest of the season. So, yeah, it was a real special game for me last year.
Hey, appreciate it, Marvin. Have a good one, man.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you.
James Hale.
Marvin, you had a great game and you finally were able to get some big plays and get going. You're such an explosive receiver. How much does momentum play with an offense? Caleb had a great game. Spence had a great opening drive. How much does momentum help going forward, especially with you starting to do your deal?
Momentum has a huge shot in like any sports team. I think so, especially basketball, football. But we're going out there, we're hitting it. I mean, we're rolling that second half, and there wasn't much Texas defense could do to stop us. They're starting to get gas and stuff like that, and we were just able to keep going. I think that was the biggest difference of the game. We just never slowed down in that second half.
And good luck against TCU.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Aaron Eamon.
Hey, Marvin, congrats on the win on Saturday, first of all. With regard to Spencer, guy gets hit with adversity. It's always interesting to see how he responds. And I'm curious as a teammate, how you think that Spencer has been and how he's handled things since Saturday.
He's been good. Speaking from like a personal standpoint, I mean, if I got hit with something like that, that's something that's huge. You never know how someone's going to respond or how they're going to do with something that happened. But, he was at practice today, huge energy, a lot of energy, controlling the offense just like he normally does. I mean, the guy didn't skip a beat, and that's huge for us, as a team, especially as an offense, to have our captain, our leader out there doing that stuff. So I thought he responded great.
You get a sense that he still has a lot more to write for himself, even this season with you all. You're going to need him at some point, or if not Saturday.
Of course. I mean, he's our captain, our team leader. We voted him to be our captain, and he's our team leader, so we're going to stick with him the way things go.
Thank you, sir.
Sure, thank you.
Danny Carlson.
Hey, Marvin. I actually asked Lincoln this question about young guys playing as true freshmen. You did that last year, and obviously Caleb came in and did it well on Saturday. Is there something about maybe young guys and the expectation of playing? Lincoln said that, he doesn't really sense guys come to college and think they're going to redshirt or wait their turn necessarily. Is that a mindset that you see among other guys that are sort of on the younger side like you?
For a fact, for sure. I mean, coming out of high school, a lot of guys are highly recruited. I think there's an ego that comes with that, good or bad, and they want to play as soon as they get here. For some guys, it doesn't, go to plan as it does. But, for me, it went to plan. First game I was out there, contributing to the team and stuff like that. And honestly, it worked out well for me. It doesn't work out well for everybody, though.
What do you think maybe helped you to be able to perform young as you look back on a year ago that, maybe you thought, maybe you didn't realize at the time would help you, but might have helped you to overcome maybe some of that inexperience or youth?
Honestly, coming in early, even though it was a COVID year, being able to learn the offense, being around some of the guys, have those guys I can go to with questions and stuff like that really helped. But basically the biggest thing was probably maturity. Staying on top of what I need to stay on top of as far as schools, academics, all that stuff goes. The more you're on it, the more you're going to know, the more the coaches trust you, and the more you're going to be out there on the field.
Splendid. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jesse Crittenden.
Hey, Marvin, thanks for being here, man. I just wanted to ask, obviously that was a big game for you on Saturday. You as a receiver, when there's a quarterback change like that, does that have to change your mindset or your rhythm, whether there's a different quarterback back there, or is it just the same thing no matter what?
Honestly, it's the same thing no matter what. Whichever two quarterbacks it is, same thing with last year. I mean, the way we practice that offense, both quarterbacks are growing. There's not really a divide between that. When we throw routes on air and all that stuff, we're catching balls from every quarterback on the roster. So really when Caleb came in, I mean, it was the same thing. I have a job to do. I have to do my job. Everybody on offense has a job to do. We have to do our individual thing, and then, hopefully it'll come together and work out the way we plan it to.
Appreciate it, Marvin.
Yes, sir.
Any more questions for Marvin? Looks like that's all, Marvin. Thank you.
Thanks, Marvin.
Thank you.